Veritas Files here. Have a update I need to do on silver. Recently I've reached the point where I'm finally comfortable sitting back, and instead of buying silver every 2 weeks, I'm comfortable sitting back and saving the money that I otherwise would put on silver and buying larger amounts on the dips. So that's what I'm doing. So for the past, I guess it was probably the beginning of February. No, it was the end of January. The last time I bought any silver, and that will be the case until I have enough to buy at least a couple of tubes of silver coming up. Anyway, that's not really the correction part. In a previous video I did, I don't know, a couple months ago, I made some comments about nickels that were incorrect. The reason for that is I don't collect nickels for silver. I collect nickels for nickel and copper, but not for silver. So it is not the case that pre-64 nickels have silver in them. It is the case that some nickels during World War II, and you can look up the specific years, it's 42 through, I think, 44, something like that. You can look them up, though. Those have a certain amount of silver in them. I believe it's 40%. But I don't collect silver war nickels. There's nothing wrong with that silver. There's nothing wrong with collecting it. I have simply chosen what for me is a path of simplicity, which is pure or 90% or nothing. That's it. It's either going to be bullion or it's going to be 90% old coins, and that's it. I really won't collect anything else specifically for the silver, unless I'm just collecting it to be collecting it. The other thing was, I also said that generally speaking, I avoid collecting Roosevelt dimes that are 1964 and before. Those are 90% silver, and again, there's nothing wrong with those dimes. I have done that because for me, it's just simpler. You know, a year into a crisis, if silver becomes an actual currency in some sense, everybody will know that a 64 versus a 65, a Roosevelt, is silver. They're going to be able to know and tell the difference. That's part of the issue early on. I don't want there to be any question. But also, just for my own sake, I just stick with older dimes, mercury dimes, barber dimes, things like that, that are 90%, and that there is no possibility to mistake them for anything else. Again, there's nothing wrong with collecting Roosevelt dimes that are silver. In fact, in some cases it's advantageous because they've not worn down quite as much as say, mercury dimes or barber dimes, and so you might actually have more silver in them, or a higher weight of silver. But like my friend Why Silver always says, silver is silver is silver. So you guys do what you want, do what you like. I'm just telling you what I do. There's no requirement that anybody do anything that I do, but I wanted to make that correction, and I wanted to encourage you guys to keep buying silver and gold. I've been hearing a lot of talk, and, I don't blame the people for being somewhat, suspicious, or even kind of detracting from the buying of silver and gold. They don't really understand it. They're much more into hands-on self-reliance. That's fine. I have nothing against that. It's simply that my approach is broad and varied. I think that's a better approach. They'll make the argument, gold was essentially outlawed in the 30s, and they confiscated everyone's gold. Oh my goodness. And so therefore, since the government can confiscate it and essentially suspend the Constitution, what's the use, right? Well, you know, maybe you're making a valid point, but I tell you what, anything you get, the government can confiscate. Anything you buy, the government can confiscate. And the same people that are making these kinds of what I would term silly arguments, with all due respect, are the same people that are urging you to buy guns and ammo. You're telling me that they're going to go ahead and ban silver and gold and confiscate it, treat you like a criminal, but your guns and ammo are perfectly safe. Give me a break. I mean, seriously. The other thing is, one of the reasons why, saving in precious metals and, things like silver and gold is a good idea is simply because, however healthy you are today, however much good shape you're in right now, there will come a day when you are not in good shape. There will come a day when a sudden illness will come on you, and you will have no recourse. If all you've done is purchase self-reliance things, and you've bought machines and tools and things like that, and you have no precious metals. In other words, you have few, if any, acceptable ways to get money quickly. You can't take it to a pawn shop. You can't take it anywhere and get a large amount of money. To pay your bills for any doctor care you might need, or for that matter, for any help you might need. What if your back goes out and you can't harvest your own garden? You gonna let your crops go? I mean, and the point is, none of these things that we are buying, that we are storing, that we're saving, are silver bullets in themselves. None of them are going to take care of the problem by themselves. That's certainly true of precious metals. They're not going to take care of the problem. Point is to have a varied strategy so that you have the maximum possible options. And if my choice was to get money by selling a welder that I had to haul around when I may or may not have any gas, or selling some gold that I have in my pocket, or some silver, I'm going to pick the precious metals every time. So, durable goods are wonderful, but so are precious metals, okay? There really is no argument there. You can detract from the buying of precious metals all you'd like, but at the end of the day, we're just going to have to see what happens. And I suspect that those who have done a good job of preparing in a broad and deep way will be in better shape than those who have prepared in a deep niche way. But I wish you all luck. I mean, whatever your choice. I don't want, certainly a lot of the people that aren't buying gold and silver are much smarter than I am in many ways. But honestly, I think to the extent that they're downplaying the idea of precious metal savings, they're making a mistake. And I'm hoping that they're not forcing others to do the same thing. Anyway, guys, appreciate you listening to me. Hopefully I'll be making some more videos soon, and I'll talk to you later.